Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX Influencer A-List. Digital content creation has grown exponentially in the last decade, with new creators gaining momentum. Several genres of content have inspired many and drawn them towards this ever-growing industry. NewsX brings to you a special broadcast to talk about digital change makers, who are also young mothers inspiring other young mothers in fashion, lifestyle and parenting. They have broken societal norms and have inspired many to do the same. With us are three path breakers: Mithali Sagar, Harpreet Suri and Shrima Rai. Listen in.
A style icon in the digital fashion space.
The dream of doing something bigger in the world of fashion. Like, we loved styling, but we wanted more. And we've always had this vision of having this kind of house.
She's a mother, influencer, and trendsetter.
On one hand, social media has allowed voices to be heard. Some for the good, some for the bad, of course. So like I said, it's a double-edged sword.
NewsX Influencer A-List proudly recognizes Mithali Sagar for influence in fashion.
Hello and welcome. You're joining us on yet another episode of NewsX Influencer A-List. With us today is Mithali Sagar. Now, Mithali is the co-founder and CEO of House of Misu. Mithali, firstly, tell us about House of Misu. How did it begin, and what has the journey been like?
Where to begin? It's been such a long journey, such a fulfilling journey. I have the greatest fortune for being able to work with my best friend. This was a dream of ours that we've had since we were in school together, and we've known each other since we were 6 years old in school, so it's been a really long time. So we started out as stylists by Trini and Susanna, with a dream of doing something bigger in the world of fashion. Like, we loved styling, but we wanted more. And we've always had this vision of having this kind of house, where there's everything under it, whether it's lifestyle, fashion, food, beauty, because we're actually passionate about all these things. We cook, we're very into skincare, we're very into interiors, we're basically just very into aesthetics in general, and being creative. So it just made sense. And as Instagram started to pick up, and as social media and basically influencing started to pick up, we just somehow blended into it. And when we started about 10 years ago or so, there wasn't anything like an influencer. We were just seeing something happening internationally and thinking that, hey, there is a void that we could fill in our own country. Let's give this a try. And we literally started with just putting up style tips and some outfit posts and just some very basic things on Facebook. That Instagram sprung up, we shifted over to Instagram, and then it's just been going and going and going since then. And every day is different, every week is different, every project is different. There's never a dull moment. We've done everything from being one of the first influencers to go to Paris Fashion Week, to traveling to some really unique destinations for work. We've done so many things that I can't even wrap my head around or begin to describe to you, but that's basically our journey, and it's wonderful and it's growing. Now that I have a child as well, it's changing, but it's great, and I can't wait to see what else is in store for us.
All right, so we're going to come and talk about Krish, your baby, in just a bit. But before we do that, first, tell me, so when you moved in, you said, 10 years ago, there were not a lot of people. At least in India, the digital media space was not as established. Do you think that you had a certain first movers advantage, Mithali?
I certainly do think we had a bit of an advantage when we started out. However, we've always tried to maintain a very sort of streamlined way of creating content, because we have a certain kind of followership. We're not trying to be completely mass. I don't think a 15-year-old would relate to me, but someone might, slightly younger, slightly older would. So we don't have the most followers in our country as far as influencers go, but we have a type of follower and we have a loyal follower, and we're very happy with the followership that we have.
But Mithali, why digital media? Because you could have started a nice boutique that is something that was there 10 years ago. Why take to the digital space?
So basically, because it was something that I saw growing at a very fast pace internationally. I was studying in the US basically when influencers like Chiara Ferragni, Brian Boy was really sprouting. Christina Bazan, they were super hot back then, and I mean they are still super hot. I saw this happening internationally, and I was like, if it's happening there, it's going to come to India. It always does. So if this is something that we get into now, like you mentioned earlier, we would have an advantage. And even like I was saying, even though we may not have the most followers, we are a well-known brand.
Right.
As House of Misu, because we've been there for a really long time. We're a trusted brand, and we've kind of stuck with our own USP. So we have things that sort of people think of when they think of House of Misu. So because we saw this void, because we realized that, hey, digital is the next big thing, there's a lot that can be done here. And we've seen it's been growing at an extremely rapid pace. There's a lot that, one can do with it, a lot of creativity that comes into play. And you can really monetize on it if you think strategically, if you really sort of have a business-minded path laid out in front of you. And if you're, a little bit serious about it.
Yeah. Also, your page is very personal because, I can see your baby there. I can see videos of Krish. Not only, but your personal profile is, of course, locked, but there's House of Misu. And then there's a profile that I've noticed that is there for Krish as well. Tell us about that, Mithali. What exactly is this profile? Do you hope that one day Krish is going to grow up and take to that profile?
Not necessarily. So I've actually been asked this question before, and funnily enough, it wasn't my decision to start that profile. It was actually my husband. And my husband, who is actually not as social media happy as I would be, he's a little bit more reserved. He seemed to believe that this would be a good thing for Krish, because let's be real, guys. It is an investment into his future to some degree. He can use it if he wants to, or it can, he can just let it go if he doesn't want to. But it's something for us as parents to be like, hey, this is what I do. This is my job. This is my career. I've seen it grow. If I can create this and sow the seeds for my son, why wouldn't I? Because this is what I do. I'm not trying to be like, hey, I'm trying to make my son into a public figure, or hey, I'm trying to force my son to do something. Not at all. What I put up there is fun stuff, things that we're shooting and things that I'm anyways posting on my own page half the time. It's just that now it's for him. It's for people who like to see him. And I know that a lot of people who come to my House of Misu page may not want to see 1,000 pictures of Krish, because they want to come and see fashion and beauty and things that they're used to seeing on my page. So this is for those people who want to see Krish.
I'm very intrigued. You called it an investment. We've heard in the past that let's say a mother or a father who is an investment banker, they'll often open an account or something like that, a savings account for the future of the child. You're now calling a social media account an investment for your baby. Tell us about that. Do you think the norms are changing now? Do you think we're heading towards a completely different space as far as parenting is concerned?
Well, I mean, we all know that if you make a social media page successful, if you have a strong following, not just a strong following, but a loyal following, people who care about you, people who care about what you're doing, what you're saying, that is something that you can use either to, spread a good message, or to turn into a business, or to help promote your business. So this is something that maybe one day, like I said, he can use for either of these things, or he can be like, Mom, I'm not interested in this at all. I want to be a UN ambassador, but maybe I can use this to talk about the causes and concerns that I have. Yeah. So whatever it is, it gives him a chance to have his voice heard. Or he can be like, I want to be a lawyer and this is nothing, I just delete the account. And that's fine too. So it's literally something that gives him the opportunity to use if he wants, or get rid of if he doesn't.
So what advantages do you think, Mithali, as a mother who is also an influencer, do you think that, you have a certain advantage when it comes to maybe acclimatizing Krish with the digital space? Because for me at least, I'm going to tell you, we went out into the digital media space and we had absolutely no idea, right? Because our parents had not been out there. They did not know the do's and the don'ts. When you go out at night, parents can tell you, ye karo, wo mat karo. Digital media space, nothing of that sort. Do you think you have a certain advantage as a mother who's an influencer?
I think my position and my experience with the space, and not just because I'm in it and I work, with digital, also because I'm old enough to have seen a time when it didn't exist, right? So I've seen it from the start to what it is now. So, the generations who have come after me have kind of been slam dunked into it. And they've found it at a time where it's really rumbling with things that are not necessarily positive. You know, a lot of people develop anxiety, stress, different kinds of depression disorders, etc., because of social media now. But I have seen a time in social media where this wasn't an issue, you know, at the early time. So because of all these experiences, I think I'm able to guide his journey through social media in a way where perhaps he won't get sucked into these, you know, these rat traps. That's at least the hope, because at the end of the day, he's his own person, and how he experiences and perceives things is different from how I do. And even what I say may not necessarily completely change how he perceives things. But hopefully I will be able to give him a leg up there.
Okay, so then Mithali, was it better before social media, or do you think it's better now?
I mean, I think it has its pros and its cons. On one hand, social media has allowed voices to be heard. Some for the good, some for the bad, of course. So like I said, it's a double-edged sword. I think it also helps a lot of people express their creativity. People who are, you know, otherwise reclusive or shy, this has become a safe haven for them. But then again, on the other hand, it's also a haven for trolls. But I mean, you've got to be careful how you put yourself out there. You've got to know that you have to have a bit of thick skin, especially if you're someone who's in a space like mine as an influencer or a celebrity or whatever. But I think right now where it's at, even though there is the danger of, you know, people looking at skinny, beautiful women and getting anxiety about these things, I think people are also starting to realize that all that is not real. There's a big trend now of showing the real you, whether it's your like post mom belly, or whether it's like your skin breakout. There's this trend. So I think we're shifting a little bit away now from that perfect, beautiful, you know, face-tuned model type of profile to the more real profiles. And that's what's trending. That's what's getting the likes. That's what's getting the traction. Absolutely. So I think we're starting to get to a better place, and I hope that continues. But you never know, honestly. The world and life is unpredictable.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mithali. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but this has been a very, very interesting conversation. And we're going to remember the fact that social media profiles are investments, and that is how they should be seen. All right. Thank you so much, Mithali, and more power to you.
Thank you.
She's bold, honest, and brave.
I have a whole community of women who I am mentoring, and I was also planning to travel all over the country.
And she's here to transform motherhood.
I'm very proud of me and my other co-creators, and how we will change the game for the generation to come.
NewsX influencer A-list proudly recognizes Harpreet Suri for influence in parenting.
Hello and welcome. You're joining us on NewsX Influencer A-list. With us today is someone who's known as Mom Wears Prada on social media, but she's much more than that. She's a dynamic, empowered mother, but also a woman who is going to help us understand what it takes to be an influencer in today's day and age. Harpreet, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, and a very warm welcome to NewsX.
I'm honored.
All right, Harpreet. So, we were just talking about how influencers and, the entire industry is underrated, and there's so much that still needs to be spoken about. As somebody who is in the industry, the highs and lows, the details of it, help us understand what are the issues that you faced when you started out?
I had no one to the least tell me that, what is it all about? I just started out like opening a page with my child being born and just sharing my journey. And there was nothing formal about my page. Now you see it's all professionally done. And I didn't know where to start from or what to do. So I have started mentoring a lot of these young girls. That's why I have a whole community of women who I am mentoring. And I was also planning to travel all over the country to smaller cities, tier A, not even X, B and C and D, to meet these young influencers and train them how to be an influencer. Not that I'm, professionally qualified, but because I had no backing, no help, I thought I'll be that one mentor to at least help them. So yeah, it was really tough. It was this space was, so when I started, my in-laws also felt Instagram, like, what is that? Or my husband also said, what is this profession called Instagram?
Was it ever difficult, Harpreet, to explain to your family that you were going to do this and you were going to do this with all your might as a full-time profession, and not only just do it but earn from it?
Yes, because they never understood. Nobody actually understood till about a year back. I'm being honest, like that early or that late, as you might call it. People felt the only job I had was opening gifts. Like we get these packages, and my only job is to open a PR package. And I've had debates on that, on people who felt that, wow, what a great profession! All that you have to is do and open a packet. But the person who sends you that packet has so much of expectation from you to make sure that the sales happen. There's so much that goes behind opening that package, which nobody understands, or behind a video, the whole ideation or putting the whole team together. So yes, there was a lot of hula-hoo around it. I left my corporate job for it, and my boss, I remember, told me that's the biggest mistake of your life that you're doing, that you're leaving. And I was heading corporate communications for one of the top malls of this country for 10 years. From opening it to making it number one, I was there with the entire journey. And I just felt that I was done there, and I had to move on to something which excited me every day. Yeah. So my husband, everybody had this question in their mind that why would I ever do such a big mistake? But I tell this to every single person who I meet or who I mentor, that fly your wings. Apne paron ko udne do. You have to take that leap of faith. You never know what comes by. And this happened. I became one of the top mom bloggers of the country. Yeah. Did I ever think this? No. So take that leap. Let people say what they have to say. Listen to your heart. If your heart says that, just do it. Kya hoga? Fail ho jaoge na? Koi baat. Fir uthenge. Fir kuch naya karenge.
Okay, lots of interesting things that you've spoken about, and let's break this down for people watching. Firstly, you said that there's a lot that goes behind opening a package. Nobody understands it. Help us understand. Give us an interior into what it's like when an influencer such as yourself gets a package from an XYZ company. What do you do then?
So it starts from the brand reaching out, and out of 10 suppose queries I get in a day, I say no to 8 because I feel that I cannot justify the product, or maybe my kids will not use it. My audience doesn't relate to it. So first we segregate that what is coming our way. And people find it snooty at times, that and I write a lot on my gram about it, that guys, don't judge me if I don't take your package. I'm not able to justify your product. And then those 2 packages that I take, I feel fully responsible for those 2 packages. And then, we do a whole setup. And like yesterday, I did stories on a book. So it has to be very, and my, your stories cannot just be aaj uthi book khol diye. There was a beautiful book of inspiration I was talking about. So there's a whole set of stories that go behind it. So I'm talking to my son first. I'm talking about his what he wants to do, what our conversations are like, and then I introduce that book subtly. That this is the book that I'm talking about, and that's when I discuss whatever the product is, and then in my heart I wait for the brand to write to me that how did it fare. If I share the messages with you, I always put them up. The impact these stories have on the audience, it's overwhelming. That's why you have to be very, very careful of what you pick up. I tell this to all influencers who I'm mentoring, that be very careful of what you're picking up, because your audience is believing in you and buying that, making that purchase.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of work.
Okay. And then the next thing that I want to talk to you about, Harpreet, is the fact that you're one of the top mom bloggers in the country, right? One of the top mom influencers. But there's, of course, a lot to the content that you put up that is different from you only being a mother, right? Do you ever have a difficult time when people, let's say, comment on the fact that, you're spending some, because I know that there's a lot of backlash. The social media is an unforgiving place, right? So a lot of people have a lot of comments about how, you're a mother, but you're an influencer. Oh my God, is this okay? How do you respond to that, Harpreet? Is it ever heartbreaking?
You mean they say that I don't spend time with my kids?
in a sense, yes, a lot of people are also questioning the way that you're conducting yourself, etc. Because I know that
Yes,
there are
I
some
did.
influencers out there that are complaining of the fact that they're mothers and they're being judged by the content that they're putting up. Is that
But
heartbreaking?
why the hair so perfect? I get a lot of times. I manage it, dude. I manage my work, and I always believe in writing back to my troller. I don't believe in blocking the troller. I remember, I did something for alcohol some time back, and with my husband, I was having a drink and I was just talking about it. That, why is it so important? So I talk about mommyhood, to couple relationships, to being, how is it to be a daughter-in-law? There's so much that goes into a married woman, and I talk about all those aspects. And I was discussing about having a drink with my husband. And one person wrote to me that, and a long message that person wrote to me, that how I'm such a good influencer, but by doing all of, introducing this, I'm going to spoil the generation and X, Y, Z, and, women who look up to me. I took that screenshot and I put it up on my story. And the whole world, like, I know how many women wrote about it, that why is it so wrong for a woman to have have alcohol? Why can't I not have a drink with my husband? So everybody wrote about it, and I put all those stories back on my stories, sharing with that one person and everybody else, whoever thinks this, that why you want to put a woman in a box? Why can't a mother, especially a mom, have a day off and have a drink or have a wine with my husband? So yes, I do get these trolls, and I answer back. I don't hold back. They should know that nothing can stop my spirit.
Okay. So then, Harpreet, the next question that I want to ask you is, and this might be a little personal, but as far as earnings are concerned, you said that you quit your corporate job. Now, a lot of people out there would say, "Oh my God, the biggest mistake. How can you drop a corporate job to become an influencer?" What is it like, being employed as a full-time corporate employee versus being an influencer? Do you earn enough?
I wish I knew, that so everybody, it's so funny. So I used to work with influencers, and I was a PR head. So I worked with the journalists and the PRs and all the influencers. And everybody told me that you're cut to be an influencer. What are you doing in a job? And I never had content. So I always said, no. Who will follow me? I won't have any following. It'll be so embarrassing. How we just want to be known and be popular and not just be one of those influencers. So I was always very underconfident about it. But I wish someone told me what I tell people today, that fly your wings, take that leap. मुझे नहीं पता था, तो I think 16 years I've done a job. And once I quit it and once I tried this, it just liberated me. And yes, I'm earning as much or much more maybe from what I was doing. But then it's not for everybody. मुझे ना ये भी सबको समझाना है. Don't think that in a day you will start earning and so you put your content out and brands are running. No, it's a struggle. Suppose there are 1 lakh influencers. I'm just giving just a number. Out of that, you're such a minuscule thing in this whole universe of influencers. How you rise above and how it's all about content. I always said everybody, no blue ticks, no followers, nothing works. It's about your content, how different your content is. Currently, I'm working on a project where I'm finding out influencers who are under 5,000. And I want to create something with them. Like we co-create a property together. So I try to, because nobody did it for me, but I want to do it for everybody. So I'm finding out young kids, who are influencers. Little kids are influencers today. So I'm finding them. I'm finding grandparents who are influencers, and create some properties with them. So yeah, jisko bolna hai, jo marzi bole. I'm very happy with what I did, and I tell everybody, do it. Believe in your gut.
Okay. And okay, so then Harpreet, before we wrap this up, and it's been a very interesting conversation, but we're running out of time, unfortunately. So before we wrap this up, Harpreet, you have 2 young kids. If tomorrow, let's say, and you were just telling me, right, that your son is interested in becoming a YouTuber, do you think that you being an influencer is going to, in fact, or, a lot of other mothers like you, a lot of other parents like you, in fact, that are influencers, do you think that they're going to change the whole dynamics of an entire generation when it comes to job opportunities and the way that they think?
When my son first told me, because I was telling him that he's always editing videos. And I'm telling him, and he always teaches me how to edit. And he's just 10. And I asked him that, what do you keep doing? He's like, Mom, I want to be a YouTuber. And for that, I have to, hone my skills for editing. Yeah. It took me a while to understand that, not a doctor, no engineer, no businessman, nothing, none of that. YouTuber. But trust me, the influencers earn much more than that. And it's the life that I live today is I get up in the morning, I decide what I want to do for myself. If I don't want to do something, I'm my own boss. In the morning, it's so funny. Earlier, I should get up with messages from my boss, what I have not done, where I missed it, what's my mistake. And today I get up with the most amazing messages from my followers and how inspirational I am for them. So if my son wants to pick it up, I'm going to go all out and back him up. And every other child, मुझे बहुत messages आते हैं. अभी भी एक आया हुआ है that I've heard that you help young influencers. Can I be I do virtual meetups. Can I be in your virtual meetup to, learn more? So yes, I think it's we are going to change this whole system, and I'm very proud of me and my other co-creators that how we will change the game for the generation to come.
Absolutely. And more power to you, Harpreet. Thank you so much for being with us on NewsX Influencer A-List, and keep shining.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.